I feel that is my end plan. Ki no matter where I go, no matter how far I travel, I think I will always, find myself coming back to this place. So currently, I'm working as an apprentice at Google.
आपने इंटर्नशिप्स करी थी यहाँ पर यू मेंशन्ड व्हाइल यू आर डूइंग योर अंडरग्रेड सो उसका एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बताओ थोड़ा सा।
I did an internship at a firm called Discovery Labs Global, if I'm not, that was the one. So that was a machine learning internship. Not, I don't clearly remember what I did there, but basically we used to play around with like I think tabhi, uh, like machine learning was not machine like what it is right now. It was very at its very nascent stages. So we used to play around with TensorFlow models and then do simple classification, play around with like different environments and see how good the machine learning model is to kind of train and get around the environment. So it
डिड यू
was at
फील
very nascent stages. Yeah.
लाइक मैंने अपनी बैचलर्स इंडिया से करी है सो वहां पे
Hmm.
तो कल्चर मुझे नहीं पता अब आ गया बिकॉज वहां पे तो कल्चर है ही नहीं इंटर्नशिप का। हमारा एक साल खत्म
Right.
होता था और दूसरा साल शुरू होता था, सेकंड ईयर शुरू हुआ जैसे फर्स्ट ईयर के बाद और बीच में तीन तीन महीने या 4 महीने का गैप है। तो हम तो वेले ही बैठे
Hmm.
होते थे, हमें नहीं पता होता था कि क्या करना है। लाइक
Hmm.
यूनिवर्सिटी की तरफ से ऐसा कोई प्रोग्राम नहीं है, या तो हम खुद ही कहीं बाहर एक्सटर्नल कोई कोर्स देख रहे हैं या फिर हम वेले ही बैठे हैं। सो डिड
Right.
यू यहाँ पर काफी अर्ली एज में लाइक थोड़ा कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ का एक्सपीरियंस मिल जाता है।
Life. I think right now what I see here in India is key that thing is happening a lot because the last company I worked for, the last internship I did was in Bombay, and I think we had folks from like, who were like 18-year-old or like in college and they're doing internships, and that kind of will give you the kind of the experience to be in a corporate setting basically, which will come in handy somewhere. But I think US may I generally have no say in this because I think US ka corporate culture is also very, very different. That starting at 9 and ending at like 5, strictly at 5, and no work done after 5. I think that's something that I was a very big fan of. But I had friends who had worked in like some like big corporate firms, and I think, but again, they had some experience coming from India, and I think that also kind of matters because if a big firm is hiring you, they will look for work ex. So like for the first, I think career fair, Accenture and like बहुत बड़े बड़े companies आए थे. And I think one thing that they were looking for कि तुम पहले भी कोई corporate setting या फिर not corporate setting but कुछ work ex लेके आए हो
इवन
हमारे पास.
अंडरग्रेड।
It's not like yeah, I think no big firm directly hires freshers until and unless there's some kind of good work ex or like good educational background or project background that you or projects that you've worked on basically. So yeah.
एंड इंडिया आने का प्लान लाइक तुम्हारा पहले से ही था या लाइक यहाँ पर बना कि लाइक आई नीड टू गो बैक एंड आई किक स्टार्ट माय करियर देयर।
I was very clear कि US के job markets are very accommodating and बहुत open है अभी भी. There is need basically and supply is not as much, so you can actually get in, which I did. The company that I was working for was very helping, was very kind. They also offered me कि like तुम्हें अगर इंडिया जाना है तुम इंडिया से करो and we'll give you contract work वगैरह. Let us do the paperwork वगैरह. But I think instead of being in that anxiety कि मुझे जॉब मिलेगी कि नहीं और लाइक एक H1B ये मिलेगा कि नहीं, आई वाज लाइक कि मैं इंडिया आ जाता हूँ एंड मैं यहाँ से काम कर लूंगा. इट्स बेटर देन लिविंग इन दैट एंजाइटी कि कुछ होगा कि नहीं होगा आगे. सो आई जस्ट डिसाइडेड टू टेक दैट स्टेप. आई फील इट वाज
नहीं,
बेटर
मैंने
फॉर मी एट
जनरली
दैट
तो
टाइम.
देखा है बच्चे यहाँ पर लाइक अगर मास्टर्स भी कर रहे हैं इवन अंडरग्रेड भी कर रहे हैं तो वो थोड़े टाइम रुकते हैं फॉर देयर एक्सपीरियंस एक्सपोजर लेने के लिए यहाँ पर और वर्क एक्स बनाने के लिए।
राइट.
So that's why I asked you this question because you straightly like move after completing your
But to be honest, I think I had like a good chunk of experience working in the US. I feel kind of that also motivated me कि ठीक है, I've worked here long enough and let's explore what's back at home. I think the anxiety counted as a big part. कि it's not anxiety as such, but I feel there are still people that I know who are in the US and still looking for opportunities and like squirming around. So I was like कि इस rat race में अभी तो नहीं part लेना मुझे. I think if somewhere down the line US markets stabilize or like they have more opportunities, I'm ready to go.
you mentioned I forgot to ask this question actually. Did you get any
Mhm.
scholarship from UC?
I did. So my scholarship was about $10,000. Right now, I have a friend who's still at UC who recently joined. Not recently joined, but like joined after me. And I think UC is offering much better scholarships this time.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
feel that is my end plan. Ki no matter where I go, no matter how far I travel, I think I will always, find myself coming back to this place. So
How was your transition like जब तुम इंडिया वापस गए? बिकॉज यहाँ पे 3 साढ़े 3 4 साल रहे बैचलर्स के लिए तो कोई रिवर्स कल्चर शॉक हुआ?
hey, I don't think so. I've always been a Bombay boy, so I don't think there was any reverse culture shock for me coming back to Bombay. I think I'm the happiest person when I'm in Bombay. So, I'll get like plan is to settle down in Bombay.
Nice. Okay. So where are you working currently?
Currently, I'm working as an apprentice at Google, as a data analytics apprentice at Google. Right. So my job basically includes mostly working around with data. I am a part of the Google Cloud team, so and I Uh, and inside that, I'm in the GTM SNO team, which stands for Go to Market Strategy and Operations. So we have mostly data of all the customers on GCP, and uh, our plan is to do some market research and do some market research and target those companies. Ki, here's your consumption right now. Here's what you can do, and basically chart down everything. I think that's what the salespeople kind of target. But my uh, kind of job includes is crunching data at this point.
तो काफी बच्चे like from IIT or other colleges as well might
Hmm.
apply for the Google apprenticeship program, but only few get into. So do you think कि UC से graduation करना and your internship experience might have like helped you in getting into
Um,
program?
I'll be very sure ki my background or the projects or the work ex that I have uh, kind of led to me being here. Because one thing was ki I did my bachelor's in IT, information technology. Uh, per every internship or uh, the work that I've done has been in machine learning or like data science and data analytics के field में. So I feel that it's somewhat something that motivated me to come here. So the apprenticeship programs offers three kind of roles. So there's one for digital marketing, one for data analytics, and one for program management. So you can get into any of these if you are kind of want to explore this field, or like even if you're a fresher, it's the best opportunity for you out there.
And now that you're working for Google, did you notice any like differences the way people approach work or like कोई भी work culture के differences US and India में?
I feel Google ka work culture is very similar to the US ka work culture, where people are very kind of aware, or like basically, how do I say, more accommodating, or like I keep repeating that word, but I think US, uh, I feel there's no better term to describe the work culture here. But yeah, people are very like friendly, or I can't find the right term to describe it, but let's just call them, and we use this term a lot in this organization. We call them googly. So people are very googly here, where they're like, you know, it's not like you have to work after hours. It's like if you have the time, they'll be very patient and aware. Ki, ठीक है, uh, here's where you come from, here's what you need to learn, here's what you need to do. And but yeah, I feel accommodating is the right term that fits. I have no better word to describe it, to be honest.